Willie D Live.
I'm looking at my notes. So the ghostwriting, we talked about that. Now let's go to the album titles. Because on here, make sure this down. On here he made a statement saying we made him the Leprechaun. You didn't make me the Leprechaun. You met me while I was in high school. I'm born in March. My favorite movie, Leprechaun. I love Lucky Charms. I stay in Cloverland. Majority of the rappers and artists that's from Cloverland, we take pride in the Clovers and the, you know what I mean? That's just some shit that's our hood, you know what I mean? So you didn't come to me and tell me, call your album that. In middle school, I already had the names of my albums. Like, I'm a premeditated thinker. I'm not a person that's like, all right, I'm going to go to the studio and I'm going to think of the name. Like, no, I already knew what kind of tattoos I wanted. I knew I wanted to tattoo the names of my albums on my arm. So he had no play in making the Leprechaun. That was my idea to put on a Leprechaun suit because the Leprechaun, like, I believe in art. I don't get caught up in, oh, I can't do this, I can't. Only thing I ain't gonna do is put on no dress. You feel what I'm saying? So for people that try to make it like it's a bad thing that a 17-year-old kid put on a leprechaun suit to go with the theme of, I'm the leprechaun, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel ashamed about that. So I just wanted to speak on that. Like, he didn't tell me, hey, let's do that. That was something me and Black Cat talked about. I'm like, he like, man, what you thinking for your album cover? Even on the HSC album cover. Hustler Stacking Ends. You got something you want to say?
Yeah.
Or just on that cover. Let me just say this thing about that cover. On the cover, I'm on there firing up a cigar with money. Those were my ideas. I draw. So a lot of these things I drew out, and then I'll give it to Black Cat, and I'll be like, hey, I want to do this. Hustler Stacking Ends is a group I made in middle school, way before I met him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put that group together. I handpicked the members. Different members were in the group in middle school. By the time I got to high school, a couple different members got in there, you know what I mean? Until I found the right people, you know what I mean? I won't go into details of why different members, left, but some people went to other schools and some people, got on a religious journey and didn't want to rap about cursing no more, you know what I mean? So I handpicked everybody that was in HSC. That was my group. I came up with the name. I got the original tattoo on me, and even with that, he deboed his way on the cover. Why are you on the cover of Three Young Cats albums? Well, we didn't ask him to be on the cover. He was like, man, y'all going to get these suits, man. I'm going to get on the cover. Like, you're not in HSC. So for starters, why are you even on our cover? It's how we felt, you know what I mean? But we just went along with it like, all right, it's cool. He invested most of the money, you know what I'm saying? So cool, it's cool. But even with that, he didn't invest all the money because, like, his sister put up some money as well. He put up money. Now, it came from him, you know what I mean, his bloodline, but I'm just saying, don't get up on here like you put up all the money because there's more than one side to just getting posters and blah, blah, blah. I pay for posters as well. I pay for radio advertisements. I pay for T-shirts. And one of the most important things, it was me that was helping buy the wardrobe for everybody. So when you see other group members, not saying they ain't have no money or nothing like that at all, but at the time I had more money than the people that was around me.
How was you getting money?
Allegedly.
Okay, I got it.
Allegedly,
Say less.
I was hustling.
Yeah.
I was hustling. And I had people that like to, do nice things for me. You know what I'm saying? I charged for my time.
So you were actually paying for your own radio ads?
I paid for some of them, yes. I did that.
For which records?
I'm for concerts. These were for concerts.
Okay,
These was for concerts to get the records because this is before we even put the records out. And then after that, after we started putting out records, then what we did first, we did HSC, and then we did the Leprechaun. So those are two albums that I was still like. He would do his thing, but I also had built my Rolodex full of people as well, because when I'm traveling doing these battles across I'm taking contacts because my dad told me, man, if you're in a room with people, talk to them. Find out what they do first. Because you might be in a room with somebody that can help you. So once you find out what you do, what's your name, then I get their numbers.
Stop.
Yeah.
So you was up on that game at how old?
Shit, my dad taught me these things when I was a baby, bro. Like literally,
bro.
Like he taught me these things,
bro. I'm getting chills because nobody taught me that, But I taught my son that at a very young age.
Right.
When I look back at my own life, and I look at how I used to roll, I remember my kid's mom. She's a mechanical engineer, so.
Right.
She tried to invite me to these corporate parties, and I never wanted to go because they were boring to me. They always asking, so what do you do? So what do you do? That's the first thing they want to know. What do you do? And I thought these motherfuckers was feds or something. I'm like, hell did you want to know what I do for all the time? And I'm thinking they're just being nosy, but no, they want to know because perhaps we can do some business. That's why they say your net worth is determined by your network.
Right.
And you got that way back, man. Salute to your pops for that.
Nah, he taught me a lot of stuff about life that's like embedded in me. That's why I move like I move. You know what I mean? Every interview when a person asks me about the split, like I take the high road and I'm like, I just felt like the money wasn't right. I didn't get on here and go into detail on everything that he was doing and everything that was going on at the house. And like I didn't go into that because I come from the era of the OGs before the internet. I feel like it's corny. Any person, you can ask any person, fact check this, like I told you on the phone when we talked the other day. Throughout my whole career, any artist or person that I had a problem with or we had a disagreement, I got on the phone and I called them. Or I looked them in their eye and sat down and talked to them. I don't care about how old you are. When I was 17, 18, I was going through a few local rap beefs, you know what I mean? Most were with people my age and, a couple were people that were older than me. So if I ain't scared, to, you know what I'm saying, to lyrical warfare with grown-ups or whatever, and then I come from the streets as well. I'm what you call a person that grew up in the church but in the streets. I grew up in both. Sometimes I apply more of the church logical way of solving the stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm a warrior though. And like literally, at the end of the day, I'm a warrior, but I'd rather go with logic because, like I said, I raced. When it comes to record labels, most of the record labels that was made by black people, they all crumble because of greed, because the people don't have conversations and because people are used to doing things. So if you're used to controlling money and talking to women in different kind of ways and, you know what I'm saying, make it like, if you're going to try to treat your partners like you pimping them, but you can't treat me like I'm a hoe. I'm not a hoe. I was a little boy. Now I'm a grown-ass king. I mean, I ain't gonna say little boy, but I was young, but I still mentally I was still light years ahead of my age group, but I'm not no little kid. I'm not no teenager no more.